Okay, then let's do a little quick State of the Nation address here. Todd and Lisa were visiting for a week. We had an awesome time. One of the things that's really nice is to have someone to play with when it comes to old car stuff. And I got a lot of old cars, but I ain't really got anybody to play with. It's just me here. And you know, you can drive. You can't watch yourself enjoy yourself, or watch somebody else enjoy your stuff if you're by yourself. But having him with me, you know, me and Honey Babe jumped in this the other night. I wish we'd got some videos of that. But we was not thinking about that. But we jumped in this one, and he jumped in the Studebaker with his wife and kids, and we all went up to the top of the hill, visited the little local winery there, and then went over to the local farmer's market. And, you know, it was really fun to be out driving with somebody else in old cars. So really had a good time. Today, it's just me. They've gone back home. So I'm going to put these tires here, and while I have this brake off, I'm going to be attaching the emergency brake cable lines. And there's a place out in California called Cable Connection. I'll look it up. But they made my brake lines here and my little connector here. I got this little piece here. And the way these are going to work is each one of these ends is going to run to one of my backing plates. This part will connect to these parts, and then this part will connect to that part, and then this part connects to the handle. And so that is what my brake system is going to look like. So since I'm in the process of pulling the wheels and tires off anyway, it's a good time to do that. And then when I get through, I've got seals and O-rings for that Chevy motor, and I'm going to put them in the heads on that. So that's what I'm... Hey, Charlie! Charlie's a shop dog, ain't you, buddy? Yeah, he gets to come out here and look everything over and give it his seal of approval. Usually by peeing on it. Hey, buddy. Okay. So we had a real good time driving the car, and I really enjoyed being out in it, and that was awesome. So without further ado, I'll get to work here and stop talking and start doing stuff. I'm going to turn the camera off till I make some progress. What I'm trying to do is unhook. There's a little spring-loaded cable shaft right there, and I have to prise the spring back and unhook it out of there, and then take it out of here. It goes out this way once that's unhooked, and I have to press down these little sideds to get it to go. And then I slide the new one in, hook it back in, and then we're ready to move on next. So I'm going to stop the camera and give me a couple. Okay, I've got the end of this out of there now. This is it here. and get the spring action. And there's the little hook right there that the new one will go into. So I've just pulled it down below this drum. Next thing I'm going to do is try to get this part right here to, you notice there's a little thing that sticks out, you know, and basically I have to push those in and push this thing out. So I need both hands for that, but I'll work on that next. Oh, the joy. Maybe I'll mention this, you can just pull this out. And now that this is out, what I might do is just take a chisel, stick back in there and give that a tap, see if I can just chop that piece off, rather than trying to fish it out and get it to go out. So this is how the brake cable works. And of course this part here goes up to the little handle that we've mounted over in there. So I can see everything clearly. This is where everything is going to, and I'm going to have to take a grinder and snip off a little piece of that mount up front there. But this piece, this cable piece, the back of it will go in through over here, and I wanted to crawl under here to see where I wanted that to be, and I want it to be right on top of the brake spring like that. So with that just sitting right there, see, that's going to wind up over here, kind of like this. So with that just sitting right there, I can go ahead and work from the outside. I'm always a little nervous about being underneath the car, even if it's jack blocked up pretty good. In this case, I got 2 tires under the edges just to make sure if it came down, it would fall on something before it got to me. But I don't even necessarily feel safe with that. But that's better than poking out with a sharp stick. So I'll come back out now because I'm going to feed that cable in through the back side and try to hook it into a little notch that I took that piece out of a while ago. Getting a little rusty trusty suicidal roll around bench here. It's dumped me in the floor already more than once, and I think I'll get some raggeds and clean this up. This wheel cylinder was leaking. I'm gonna try to rub as much of that dirty grease out from inside there while I got it up. I think I might have got the leak fixed, but we'll do a little cleanup too before we stick our fingers in there. That'll help me keep my fingers clean and to keep it from looking like I still got a leak. That's what I'm thinking. I'm pretty sure that exhaust pipe's probably right in your way, but just deal with it. Just imagine you know what I'm looking at. Pretend like you do whether you do or not. Be a good sport, go along. Don't make trouble. Don't make me send in the troops or anything. We'll get y'all straightened out. Just do what I say. Not what I do. Somebody said that once. I've thought about that over the years. Do what I say, not what I do. And I've thought about it over the years, and I've thought, that's generally what I think when I think about things. What's that mean? I mean, how should I take that? I mean, are they serious like that? You know, I like that. So, probably the first tricky part is just going to be to fish this part into that part and try to it out, taking the brake shoes off. So, try to hang this light up here again, and it's already coming through whole. Make sure I like that angle because I may decide I'd rather it come from under. Let's consider that. Came from under. Right there. Might be Might be better. So this part needs to go inside here, inside of where the shoe is. It needs to come around like this. Yeah, sit right here a little. So this part here needs to slip onto this little thing right down here. And I have to pull this spring back to get that on there. So we'll try that. See if you can do that. I'll lose the stool. If I can get my center of gravity a little lower. Purposes of kind of reaching up under here, rising this back. I need my little pair of needly nose pliers. I got them there. Reach up in there. Try to get a hold of that. Guide it into place. Oh yeah, got that piece in. Got that piece in. So now it should be easy to push this piece in. That spring's going to come right down on that. This is going to come through this hole and lock itself in once I give it a push. Like that. And there that is. See that? See where it goes over to over there? It's hooked to that. So when this pulls this, it's going to cock these brakes around, and that's what makes the brakes lock. So that piece can go all the way up into the front part there. In fact, I could put the wheel back on this side. I think while I got in the air, I'll take the other side loose and get that one out and hook this in, and then I can come up underneath and work on the middle part. Cut y'all off while I move over there. I just realized if y'all facing the sun like that, you probably can't see a thing. I bet the sun is blinding you from being able to see what I'm doing here. So try sitting over here. We have nothing but the very highest production qualities here in Richard Land. It's playground. Nothing but the best for my YouTube viewer. Now on this one over here, I've already taken the cable out, so all I have is the little nipple where it goes into the back of the drum there. I have to chisel out. I do the same thing over here, try to wipe out some of this grease that was leaking before. You know, you can be a big stain there. Through the door. I'm gonna get my little chisel and see if we can get out of that. Hopefully that'll pop out pretty easily. I got her. Then I'll take that new one, put it in the same way that I did on the other side. Sweating. I prefer not to sweat when I work on cars, but sometimes I just don't have the option. It just happens anyway, in spite of myself. Okay. All right. In there. Okay. So I'm going to show you. As I wipe the sweat out of my eyes again. That is in place. And when I pull on the lever, it does that, which is what works the emergency brakes. It kind of shifts the whole drum around. So the other thing I have to do is push this side in, and back here, go through that hole. That keeps it all in place until the cable is pulled. Like that. Push this part down from that right there. Like that. Okay. So the next part is going up under the car and hooking it to the handle. And I'm going to have to take a grinder under there with me to do that. I believe I'll go ahead and put the tires back on it because I should not need to get in there again. Everything is hooked good on both sides. So I can go ahead and put the tire back on there. And yeah, that'll give me a little extra insurance in case it fell. I would have a tire between me and the ground. Now these wheels I'm going to put on here are the old green wheels that I scrubbed the white walls on. I got the white walls too. I was thinking I ought to sell as many hits as there's been on that video. Probably hundreds of thousands of them, maybe over 1 million, I don't know. I just ought to sell the wheels, the tires, to say, okay, here's your souvenir gazillion YouTube hit tires. You can put them on your hot rod. I don't know. It'd be fun. I don't know if anybody would buy them, but fun to think about. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Where's my, here it is. Oh, the joy. Ooh, I might like them green wheels with them green wheels. That's pretty nice. I've had more than a few tubers tell me that they would like them green wheels with them green wheels. So that may be what winds up happening here before we get done. We'll see. We'll see what we find as we go along. Probably better if I put the brake drum on. People like it when the brake drum's on there. That's really dirty. I'm gonna clean that up. So this is how that's going to go. This one will go over here through that right there, and this one will go over here do that right there. You see that? Now, probably, I don't know if there is a best way, best angle to put you at where you can see me try to do that. Alright. Let's try it about. Alright. It's like it was made for it. Oh wait, it was made for it. Imagine that. Oh, the joy. There's a little nut there. And you know what I think? I think this is going to be in the way. I've got a nut up in here. And I think that's going to be in the way of it, which is not good. Not too good, I don't think. Might have to do a little work right there, because there's a nut on the back side here that's in the way of this. But I can cut a little piece of tubing and put it there. Maybe still make that work. Let's play with that. So I'm going to go get the other piece and have a look at what I'm going to need to do to cut this off here. And if the rest of this lines up good, then I'll come back and figure out a way to shim over this part right here. I'll go get my other piece. I'm gonna need a grinder now. I'm gonna make some sparks. Last time I did this, I got most of it in my eyeballs. I'm trying to. Y'all still getting all this? Now this part is going to go right here and flip up, and then this part is going to come through that. There. This. Have a washer right there. Yep. So I'm going to go up in the car and pull the handbrake and see how it feels. Let's see. And these wheels are in the air, so I can turn them, make sure they turn freely, and then make sure they lock. So I should be able to that didn't lock them. So let's take a look under the car and see what it would take to get them to lock. So if I move this bolt up, alright, there's a bolt inside here that I can bring up and I can gain this much with it. That's pretty tight right there. So I'm gonna go up and release the brake, let the brake loose, and then adjust that tight if need be. Might have to move that bracket, but I hope not. I would rather not have to move the bracket. Alright, let's try snugging the brakes again and see if they are tight enough or if they need more adjustment. I need to go tighter. Alright, let's check that. Alright, I probably can't even see what I'm doing there. Now I can feel it. Oh dear. That's what we want. This side could go a little tighter, and I can do that by adjusting one side or the other under there. I have to wonder. Well, do a little bit of that. I'm going to tighten this side a little bit. Now over here I'm going to tighten this one in against that. I wanted this side to be tighter. And the other thing I'm going to do is tighten this little screw, this little nut here, back down into the bracket here. Try to get enough leverage in there to sort of lock that. I might be able to reach over in there with a wrench and do that. I'm going to call that good there, I think. Cast all my tools out from under here. We'll go try that brake, see how it feels. And then we pull it up, snug. You do it real snug, but it's easier to do if you're sitting in there. And tires are snug, so that takes care of the emergency brakes.